Stephanie with Board Game Geek here at Origins 2017. Joining me are my great friends, Thomas, Josh, and Cameron. And we're going to be talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the board game.
Oh, yeah.
The expansion.
The expansion, yes. Yeah. Friends and Frenemies. As it's tentatively titled Friends and Frenemies.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have much debate.
Say tentatively titles 10 times fast.
Yeah, tentatively titled.
Now, why is it tentatively titled that?
Due to approvals, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Everything is due to approvals.
I think you meant, like, what does the name actually mean? Friends and Frenemies.
Why did we choose that?
Oh, I see. I get it. I'm picking up what you're saying.
Hey, good
So,
segue.
He's a frenemy, obviously.
He's a frenemy. You're going to watch this guy. If you've played Buffy the Vampire Slayer already, then you are going to be quite familiar with when we start show you some of the new stuff. If you haven't played it, I can't cyber reach in and like say why not, but I'm pretty excited about the fact that you can still get it. It's all over the place right now. You can buy it in Barnes & Nobles, your local retail shop. If it's not there, because I know there's a shortage because it's sold out, we have more shipping out currently. Please ask your store to buy it. Take a look.
Absolutely.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A quick rundown on Buffy. You want to give me a quick rundown on Buffy and then I'll get into the expansion? Or just want to get into the expansion?
I think...
What's like the general feel of Buffy? What are you trying to do?
So it's a 1 to 6
game,
player
right?
cooperative game where you are trying to save Sunnydale from one of the many big bads from the series. These are all the villains from the you know and love. Yeah, so we got the Master here.
The ones aren't here. They're being used.
Yeah, we're running demos of this too. So.
Yeah, there are currently people playing this right now.
Yeah.
You take... Yep, so characters. There's one big bad, and the whole point of the game is to basically figure out what he's up to by uncovering all of his plots and defeating his Monster of the Week minions.
Yep.
And then challenging the big bad to one final battle to make sure that you can save the city.
And very importantly, not let too many townies die along the way, because then you're not doing a good job of protecting the city.
Yep, you're trying to protect the townies, and there's different abilities you can do whenever you go to these
Each
different
character
places.
has a special, and each place has a special thing you can do.
Now, there's a lot of things about this Buffy game when it first came out that there's a lot of like fans that absolutely love the fact that we stayed true to the Buffy universe, and it feels very Buffy. But there were
We're
some.
all huge Buffy fans.
The only real thing that people were saying is that like the hardcore gamers that are interested in like more complex games were saying that it's a little bit simple, a little bit easy to play, and that was the parameters that we had to work with. So it's like I feel it's good to explain it to the population now that those were the parameters that we had to work with. It had to be an accessible gateway game for new players and new gamers to get involved.
So that any Buffy fan can pick up and play it and have a good time.
Not that that's an excuse, but it allows us to now do the complexity creep that we want to make the game stronger in sense for a more novice player in the expansion. So we had this planned all along that the expansion is going to add a little more to it.
Yep.
It's not going to be super complex, and it's definitely not going to be the hardcore storytelling that you're going to get from like an Arkham Horror, but it's definitely going to be the next stage forward.
It's going to be a lot harder.
A lot harder.
It's
Absolutely.
also modular.
Yes, absolutely. That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
Any of the components that you see in the expansion can be added in and out. You can just play on the basic board with the basic rules, and you can play with one of the 2 new big bads that we've got. So, speaking of which, we should get right into the juicy stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
you want to see the
got
good
the
stuff.
the 6 Scoobies from the original, and it was a hard choice based on budgeting and stuff how to figure this out. So we picked these 6 Scoobies as your playable characters. We have some of the new characters that you can play. We don't have all of them here because they're being played currently in testing tables currently right now.
Yeah.
But some of the new players we have Dawn. Dawn's coming in. We have Riley. We have Tara. We have Oz. And Oz is really interesting because Oz comes with his human side and his werewolf side. So he's a really kind of neat opportunity to flip. And then we have other characters that we don't have here because they're being used right now, but we have Faith.
Yep.
And we have Anya. And those are the 6 next characters in the edition of the of this game. So all unique abilities, all fun, playable on this board, and we have a board extension that's coming.
If you want nothing else in the expansion, you can just add these characters straight in.
Exactly.
They're totally compatible with the base game.
And then the reason why it's Friend and Frenemies, as Josh was laying down earlier, is that we're gonna remove the secret sauces. We're gonna remove this guy for now. We're gonna have a couple of these guys go bad. A couple of our playing characters go bad. So we've got this guy right here, Mr. Spike. Well, we don't have the card for Spike because it's being used right now. But Spike and Drusilla are going to be one of our new big bads.
Yeah.
And it's great. I mean, it's really tough when they come into play. It's 2 big bads at once, which is something that's kind of new for the game. If you guys want to say anything about the actual gameplay, or just leave it as a surprise.
No, they're a challenge for sure.
It's a challenge.
Spike's out hunting, making Drusilla stronger, and then when you get the big reveal at the end, when you got to do the final showdown, it's Spike plus Drusilla.
Bam! And you got 2 of them on the board. Now, when Spike is a big bad, you can't play Spike because we can't have 2 Spikes in the same universe.
Oh no, the paradoxes.
The paradoxes, right? And the other one, I'm afraid, we all know,
Yeah.
is Willow. And Willow's going to go out. We do have a prototype version of Willow's big bad card. So we've got Dark Willow coming.
Which I think is now the hardest big bad in the game.
Yeah, she's tough.
hardest. Yeah,
Yeah, she adds new lose conditions to the game, and she takes no prisoners.
No,
Yep.
she's brutal.
Those magic supplies you love to save the apocalypse track and heal yourself.
Yeah,
she
absolutely.
finds and destroys those.
Yeah, absolutely.
It takes them right out of the
she
game.
consumes Willow, obviously, so you can't play as Willow in the game, which is another detriment because she's a very valuable character to play.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that character is gone, and you're playing against Dark Willow. So it's really exciting for this. We also have a new board piece that's going to be added to Sunnydale on the other
That
side,
side,
on the other
yeah.
side. But it's going to be about this big. It goes in.
It's half this size. It's
And
like
it's-
a fold in half.
It's
Yeah.
all based on the initiative, and it has new loose conditions as well that play with the demon tokens that are already in play.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new locations that weren't put on this map from previous shows.
Yeah.
And yeah,
There's a new
it's-
enemy token, right? There's the initiative soldier.
there's the initiative soldier that's going to be placed, so there's a new
Okay,
enemy
new
token.
enemy.
Yeah, so it complexes the game a bit more, it adds difficulty, and it changes everything that you've played about Buffy currently. So if you're a big Buffy fan, I know a lot of people have come by the show and they said this is like a weekly endeavor for them.
Yeah.
They've sat down and they've played this, they've tried to take on Dark Willow. Only one of them, I think, has got through.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, they were very good Buffy players, and they said Dark Willow is just brutally hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. So if you want that,
Challenge
exactly.
Yeah, challenge yourself. That's right.
Exactly. So if you're looking for a challenge with Buffy, if you were a fan of the first game, but you know your ratings on Board Game Geek and stuff like that were reflecting the fact that it was too easy,
Yeah.
please wait for this one. It's going to be great. And what we should say, but we can't really say too much, so we'll just allude to it, is that this expansion board is just a stepping stone for another city that we may or may not go visit in the future.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know either. All I know is that we keep getting asked, why don't we have Cordelia? And I'm like, well,
Why don't we have
why don't we have Cordelia?
That's
I mean, she
weird.
was important in one area
Yeah.
of the Whedon universe.
Wait,
she was important in a lot, but
She didn't die in the series. Where did she go?
where did she go?
I wish I remembered.
What? Yeah, well, I guess that's all we can tell you guys.
Everyone's going to rewatch all the Buffy
I
episodes
guess
right
we're just
Yeah,
gonna have
look that
to.
up.
Yeah,
Look that up.
look that up because I believe there's another city that we're missing, and it's my personal favorite.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
So when is the expansion planned to come out?
So we are currently in the final process of approvals, so it's
Yep.
ahead of the other two games we were
Yep.
talking about,
Yep.
and it's going into manufacturing very soon. We won't be able to have it for public sale. Hold on. I believe, don't quote me, and we're not going to be hung to this. I
Yeah.
believe Jasco will have copies flown in for Gen Con, a small amount of copies, so make sure you're there to get it.
Potentially some copies of
Gen
the
Con.
expansion.
Hashtag not legally binding.
at Gen Con.
Hashtag not legally binding. But
If
we
not at Gen Con, then
100% in September. I believe the rollout is for Halloween.
September
Yeah.
2017.
Halloween
so,
seems
yeah.
really like
We've got a very big Halloween promotion coming with some of the big players, including Fox, and we're really excited about it. If you happen to be at San Diego Comic-Con, I am going to be at a Buffy party hosting this with the stars. So feel free to come by and check us out so you can get in there and
It's
learn
gonna be,
about
that's
the
gonna be
game.
a good time.
Nah, I can't wait. I'm a little bit fangirling here. in this
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
And you're not even there yet.
Oh my God!
What's the,
right? I can't
what's the
see.
name of the expansion?
Friends
and
of-
Frenemies, tentatively?
Tentatively
Friends and
Okay.
Frenemies.
So look for the expansion to Buffy the Vampire game. Sorry, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the board game, potentially Friends and Frenemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Thanks, you guys.